Hi, today I'm gonna teach you the way to determine a font name from an image. This is a very common problem for graphic and web designers. 3 months ago, my friend told me about a very easy way to figure out a given font. I have here Adobe Photoshop opened with a blank document containing a text to my website. The font I used for this example is Showcard Gothic. Now, when you want to determine a font, you have two options. You open the graphic and you're either someone who's very familiar with fonts and you simply come over here and type smartwayservice.com, and knowing that that's a font I used or the other graphic designer used was Showcard Gothic, or the other option, which is the most thing that occur, you come over here and try to flip between the fonts until you find something that is close to the font or the exact same. This is a good way, but it wastes you time, and it's bad when you don't have that font installed on your machine. Okay, so today I'm gonna teach you a very easy way to know what was the font used by the other graphic designer. I'll delete that layer. I'll come to this file, save forward. I'll save this file as a plain graphic JPEG image. Okay, now here's the trick. You open your browser and go to this site www.myfonts.com. This is a website that sells fonts, and sometimes you can download some fonts for free. Now they have an option called What the Font. Click on that tab. Here you will have two options or two choices. You either have the file locally on your PC, or you have the URL or the link to your image. In this case, I'll click on Browse and I'll choose my file, click Upload. Now the program will go through your image and break it into parts, into letters instead. So we have to help the program now to determine if that is the correct letter. If you go down, for example, the program says or discovered that this shape is the number 2. This is wrong, okay? So you have to make the corrections. It's an S. That's correct. That was correct. So it's an M and it's true. It's an M. Here is the main graphic, and here is the suggestion for the program, or you can type in if that was wrong. So A, R. Now, when you have two letters attached, you better leave that blank. Okay. So A, Y. That's correct. The same mistake like above. This is an S. Okay. E, R, V, I. All correct. You don't necessarily have to write all the letters, so I will not put here a dot. Okay. Now, when I click search, the program will run through their database and make some kind of comparisons in order to determine the font. The program will then output several fonts, okay, depending on the knowledge base they have in the built-in program. So I click on search, and here we go. The program suggested Showcard Gothic as the first font that is very similar. Of course, there were very similar fonts too, like the Dreamland. Okay, but you can go through the font and get the exact font. I hope you enjoyed the lesson, and thank you.